if I don't see the defense smother Kentucky, this whole entire season is down the drain.
You are Locked On Bulldogs, your daily podcast on the Georgia Bulldogs. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Locked On Bulldogs podcast, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. Today's episode brought to you by our friends over at Mazda. Mazda, move and be moved. More on them in a moment. He is Clint. I am Daniel, together with the Locked On Bulldogs podcast. Happy Friday. Welcome to the show. So glad you're here. Thanks for being an everydayer. Thanks for being a first listener. Thanks for being a part of the 199, the loyal third segment listeners that listen all the way to the end. Listen, the season has had its ups and downs on the football field so far, but in terms of the show, in terms of the podcast, in terms of the number of you that are getting over and subscribing to the audio podcast, following on Spotify, on Apple Podcasts, all of those things, it's been fantastic. So thank you so much, first of all, for doing that. We genuinely do appreciate it. It is still surreal and weird that we get to do this professionally. We don't take it for granted, and we are happy to be here. As Clint mentioned in the open, the season is down the drain. Isn't that what you said?
No.
I mean, there was a caveat attached to it, but I just went ahead and skipped to the end.
No, you went over the context of that, and you went to what you wanted to hear, what your heart is already saying. And
I'm sorry, were we going no spoilers? You have to say no spoilers if you don't expect me to give a spoiler. It's like calling shotgun. You have to tell me if I'm not supposed to go ahead and skip to the end.
Straight. Okay.
All right. Let's talk. Today is Friday, which means just like every Friday, we talk about what are we excited about? What are we nervous about? What are we not going to sleep on when Kentucky comes to Athens? I gave kind of a little preview of what I'm excited about, Clint. And so I'm going to, yesterday on the show, I'm going to start there. I am excited to continue to see Gunnar Stockton and the receivers in the passing game, because I do think we're going to get a heavy dose of that in this game. I do think that we're going to see the field spread a little bit more. There's some of you who have been calling for tight ends. No, I'm not calling for, screaming for tight ends to be utilized in the passing game. Let me break this down for you. Georgia has never and will never target a specific wide receiver or tight end on a passing route. Not even when Todd Monken and Brock Bowers were at Georgia did we target a specific receiver on a passing route. You throw it to who's open.
That's it.
Okay.
So
I do think you're going to see that tight ends more involved in the passing game.
Just really quick, so I understand what you're saying. So if the tight ends aren't receiving the ball at an alarmingly high volume, and Gunnar has been distributing it well, which, by the way, he has been.
Okay.
Ergo, the tight ends are not in positions that would warrant a ball being thrown to them in the passing system.
That's correct.
Okay, great. Just wanted to make sure. So guess what? Get open, you'd get the ball.
Yeah. I do think we're going to see the tight ends get open. I do think we're going to see the tight ends get the ball. I think we're going to see more of, say, guys that we don't see as much, like Noah Thomas involved in the passing game in this game. I think we're going to continue to see Colby Young, Zachariah Branch, London Humphreys. I think the Georgia wide receivers are a shining light on this team. I mean, I love what I've seen out of the tight ends so far this year.
Yeah.
The blocking, the perimeter play. I thought Lawson Lucky was the MVP of some games, and he's barely catching balls.
Tennessee, when he was able to go ahead and blast fools for 8 yards on touchdown runs, it was incredible.
Everybody's waiting for Oscar Delp to catch 9 balls in a game. He ain't doing that, but Oscar Delp is contributing to Georgia winning. The problem is he's doing it on that play that Georgia fans hate with the fire of 1,000 suns. The one that's gone for 2 touchdowns this year? The screen pass to Zachariah Branch, it's gone for 2 touchdowns. Georgia fans hate scoring touchdowns, and so they hate the play. I think the tight ends have been great. I think the running backs, except for one person whose name I'm not going to mention because I'm not talking about it, have been fantastic. In fact, a revelation. Like Chauncey Bowen's a revelation.
70. Now, I keep going because the stats have been updated. Let me talk to you about how much better compared to last year.
Josh McCray in the red zone?
When
was the last time you had a third down back like that, Clint? He carried a man into the end zone.
He did.
Not today, Satan, and he got into the end zone.
Yes, sir.
I think the backs, with one exception, have been fantastic. I think the wide receivers have been fantastic. I'm excited to see those skill guys continue to cook. I think the offense is going to have a great day. So that's what I am excited about. It's going to be another 40 piece, I think, for this offense, Clint. Don't sleep on it. It's not the third segment yet, but don't sleep on it.
By the way, 97 more yards per game.
Is that
than last year?
A little. I am so confused. Is that a lot of yards per game?
97. You would have to start there per game. You'd have to start a possession on the 2-yard line to not score points more a game than last year.
It's a lot. It's a lot of yards.
It's a lot of points. Okay, here's what I'm excited about, and this is me kind of wishing maybe this into the ether, into Kirby Smart's dome, into his heart. If I can weasel my way into your heart, please allow me to.
Yeah.
Kirby. Now, this is really interesting to me because if you look back at the history of Kentucky, I'm just going to list a couple of scores that Kentucky has put onto Georgia. 2021, 13 points. 2022, 6 points. 2023, 13 points. Last year, 12 points. Now, it's really unique to me that of the last 4 years, the second fewest points scored against Georgia were on the road in Lexington with a defense that was soft. That's really unique to me as I look at this game.
Yeah.
And I think things like this is why people think it's always close with Stoops. And it kind of is. Games like that, like I said, 16-6, 13-2. But if you look at the history of this game too, you have to go back to 2009, last time we lost. And of the times that we won by 21 points or more, let me tell you, it's not a lot at all. So it's going to be a close game. 21 points, the spread. We're not going to cover that. I don't think so. But I am excited for this defense to get right. And I do think it's there. I think the talent is there. I'm going to keep on saying this until Daniel comes around, which won't be the case. Just let me, this spoiler alert. Because
that means he's going to say it to me in person before he stops saying it. And probably far after that.
It'll take the one time. The backhand from Daniel in the middle of the dog walk in front of God and everybody will be embarrassment enough. I'll be like, okay, I'm done now.
Not gonna hear it.
The trajectory of last year's team was down because we had the experienced reps. We had the guys that were already basically solidified. This year, we have young dudes everywhere who are getting their feet wet in key positions. Save for linebacker. Linebackers been fine last. We could talk about CJ Allen not getting around the outside, I think they're doing fine. It's the defensive backs, and then rush up the middle with our young guys. Kristen Miller's been stout, but everybody else has not been. The trajectory is pointed up. Kentucky is the type of team that you can go ahead and mess around with in a good way, not mess around and find out, but like mess around, get your feet underneath you, go hit somebody, go lay the lumber and find out what you're made of. I'm excited for this defense to get right. And I really do think it is going to get right. I think less than 13 points is going to be what Georgia gives up. I am counter to what Daniel's thinking. Daniel's thinking the over on this game. I'm not betting the line because it could be Kirby Smart wants to get more reps from guys, but man, I want to see people feast, and I want to see specifically the defensive backs grow up a little bit. I think DeMello Jones being back there, call my own shot. I think he starts, and if he does, it's a whole world of difference. We're going to come back, and we're going to talk about what we're nervous about. We're dark and depraved and have lots to say. Come back after this. But first, this is Mazda. Episode brought to you by Mazda. Moving the game forward for those who believe it's not just about playing the game, it's about redefining it. There are moments that do more than just put points on the board. They move crowds, cultures, and keep moving the game forward. We see this when Georgia goes ahead, when Gunnar Stockton gets that back shoulder pass to London Humphreys in the end zone against Tennessee. That moved me in a way that I need moved again. Georgia, I need to see CJ Allen put somebody on the dirt in the ground in a massive way. I need to see the quarterback. That would move me. And guys, things like that move whole entire stadiums. When you follow what moves you, the unexpected is only beginning. And just like there's more to every highlight, there's more to Mazda vehicle. Mazda, move and be moved. But that's not all. Daniel, we got our friends over at DoorDash. Maybe Square and DoorDash are talking together, and maybe you can get El Fuego on DoorDash, because that would be a whole lot of something good. Every time you order this year on DoorDash, you keep the streak alive, and they deliver when it matters most, just like Gunnar Stockton does when he delivers when it matters most. Fourth down, Zachariah Branch is incredible. The zip that he had on the ball, no hesitation, no delay. And you've been watching week after week. You know that it's not a fluke. It's a streak. And just like Gunnar delivered for Georgia, DoorDash delivers on your Saturdays. DoorDash streaks, you can save every Saturday on your order. Stack up all season. You can save up to $250, including $100 in DoorDash credits. Order this Saturday. Keep the streak alive. Fuel your game day only with DoorDash. Terms apply. Promo period through 11/18.
Clint, my nervous about is you're excited about. So I think that tells you pretty much everything that you need to know about us.
And we're good.
Here's the particulars of it. Kentucky's 122nd nationally in passing yards per game. They don't do it. They can't do it. They're not good at it. They just don't. They're not. What do I need to see from this defense? Do I think we're going to stop the run against Kentucky? Yes, I do. Because do I think we're stout up the middle, stopping the run? Yes. Did we give up 7 yards on the most important run of the game when God and everybody knew that they were going to run on first and 10? Did we give up
did we give up
7, 8 yards on that run? Yeah, we did. But generally speaking, we've been stout against the run. We've been good against the run. And so I think our defense is going to have success against Kentucky. The problem is I'm not going to learn anything about this pass rush, Clint. That's what I need to see from this defense. Yes, I need to see the secondary. I need to see who's back there. You mentioned a rotation at safety. Sure, that would be nice. You mentioned Jones maybe getting some snap. Sure, that would be nice. Maybe we see Ellis Robinson come in. Maybe he makes a play or two. That would be nice. It would give me better feelings. What I really need to see from this Georgia offense is them to get after it in the pass rush. Mark Stoops and Kentucky are not going to drop back. First of all, I don't think they're going to be in 3rd and longs because they're going to structure their offense on 1st and 2nd downs to avoid 3rd and longs. So I don't think we're going to have a ton of pass rush opportunities. I think you're going to see a bunch of screens. I think you're going to see a bunch of draws. I think you're going to see a bunch of things designed on 3rd downs to protect their already inept passing game. That's fine. We're going to win the game handily. That's great. We're also then going to go the next week into Auburn, a team that I watched give up 10 sacks in one game, a team whose offensive line has been at times abysmal this year, a team who has a quarterback who, when pressured, is literally the worst football player in all of Power 5 football.
Correct.
And I'm going to think all week, I don't have any confidence that we're going to get any pressure on him at all. Do you know why? Because I had hopes that we were going to get pressure on Ty Simpson, and we brought pressure, and we brought 4, and we dropped in coverage, and we did everything. We stunted. We went straight up man on man, tried to beat somebody in front of us. We couldn't do any of it. None of it worked. I need to see something to give me confidence in the pass rush. And I don't think Kentucky is that team that's going to allow me to see anything to get confidence in the pass rush, Clint. That's what I'm nervous about. I'm not nervous about losing the game. I'm not nervous about it being particularly close. But I need to see it.
Here's a question, Daniel. Oh, I'm gonna use a little bit of Danielism maybe on you.
Hey, turnabout's fair play.
How many sacks? How many pressures would it take for you to feel good about Georgia?
How many pressures?
How many pressures in this game? So let's say,
2
stacks
per quarter, 8.
8 total. Yeah. So if you had 8 now what's really weird about that is because Kentucky may have 10 dropbacks, like actual dropbacks, not screens. I'm not talking throws. I'm talking dropbacks. I'm talking get the pocket set, get the tight end in, move the quarterback, and have that. They might have 10 all game. Or play a little screen game, play a little quick game, play a little hitch, play a little all that. 8, 2 per quarter. Now that's a lot of pressures, by the way. because Auburn doesn't play on every single Saturday on every single field. They can't give up that many sacks.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Just kind of fleshing that out a little bit. That's fair. I'm not even mad about that. That's fair. Daniel?
Okay, great. You think we're going to get 8 pressures on Saturday?
Look, come back for the don't sleep on. Okay.
Nope.
Here's what I'm nervous about.
What are you nervous about, Clint?
Well, first of all, if Nate Frazier fumbles another football.
Nope. You said that wrong. Try again. Try again. I'll give you another chance. It's fine. Just say what you actually want to say. Say the actual thing you want to say.
When Nate Frazier fumbles again.
I was going to go the other direction. I was going to say, if Nate Frazier touches the football, period.
He might not I'm to the point now where if he gets another fumble, it's a catastrophic downhill. This young man may not recover from it. He's got the yips.
I'll tell you why he's not going to recover from it, Clint, because there's a better running back on the roster currently.
Right.
We're not out there desperate for a running back.
No, this is not last year.
Chauncey Bowens as an every down back, and Josh McCray as a red zone and short yardage back, and Dwight Phillips as a change of pace back, and Cash Jones as a third down back. Georgia's fine at running back.
Fine. I'm nervous for that. Here's what I'm really nervous for. I'm nervous because I'm looking at the whole entirety of this season. And I do think the defense is ticking up. The trajectory is up. The second half against Alabama, this is not last year's team. I think coming off of that, they can improve on that. We think we have 5 guys at offensive rotation that are going to stick with the starting 5. That's what we think. That's what we believe.
We believe.
Here's my fear. My fear is that in a game like Stoops, in a game like Kentucky, in a game like this that gets weird sometimes, that our offensive line, all of a sudden the attention goes, okay, we had injury concerns on offensive line. That wasn't the problem against Alabama. Okay, great. We're solidified there. Defense, really struggling. Now we're looking at the defense. Defense might be like, okay, we're solved there. We come back to the offensive line, and Kentucky may expose some inexperience on that front as well, especially on the right side with freshman guys. And I'm nervous that we're just going to play this whack-a-mole game for the longevity of the season that says, okay, we fix this. We're putting our fingers into the leak in the dike, and all of a sudden there's another spring there, and we got to keep doing this. And I think this game, I'm nervous that the offensive line, coming off of a good performance against Alabama, has a letdown. If that's the case, that's going to really discourage me. I'll be really, really, really sad about that.
It's going to really discourage me. Really discourage me. We'll be back for Don't Sleep On right after these.
But these are, in fact, Peloton. Daniel, Peloton's fantastic. It's shaping the future of fitness with brand new Peloton cross-training thread powered by Peloton IQ. Most advanced equipment, whether you're running, lifting, or cross-training, get your favorite instructors across the board. This is training reimagined. Peloton is built in breakthroughs with tools that help you plan, stay motivated, and reach peak performance. I love how the Peloton IQ system offers real-time strength coaching. It actually tracks reps, suggests the right weights, and corrects your form, making every rep safer and smarter. So let yourself run, lift, flex, and push forward. Explore new Peloton cross-training tread only at onepeloton.com.
We covered excited. We covered nervous.
Check.
Let's go on to Don't Sleep On. I got a couple probably.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm going to start on the defensive side of the ball.
Please.
And you alluded to this earlier, and I don't know who it's going to be. I'll give you some options.
Great.
Don't sleep on a brand new name emerging on the defense this week. Now, I don't mean a name that's never played before.
No.
But I mean a name that emerges as a force on this defense. Maybe an L.O. Mendoza emerges this week. Speaking of the pass rush, maybe Maddox or Branch emerge in the secondary. DeMello Jones, we've covered a little bit, but maybe he has a really nice performance. Maybe, Clint, it's Justin Williams who emerges on the defensive side of the ball. Don't sleep on, though, a defensive name that you have not said that much this year becoming an absolute force for this Georgia team.
Justin Williams, by the way, when he got on the field against Alabama, did some things. Curb Hertry, I don't know who was in the booth, said something about undersized or something on him. He is not. You're an idiot.
Yeah.
Justin Williams showed me some pop, showed some explosiveness. Send him on a blitz. Send him on the blitz and just see what happens.
Send him on the blitz.
Really, really would like it. Here's what not to sleep on. I'm going to go the offensive side.
Okay.
Don't sleep on this finally being the week that Noah Thomas comes out of his shell. Mm-hmm. This is the game that if I had to pick a game with everything that's happening with us saying, okay, explosiveness. Now again, hear me when I say this. There's a few things I'm very happy about with Bobo, a few things I'm very happy about with Gunner, a few things I'm not happy about, a few things I would like to see more. Explosiveness rate, I would really like to see. Red zone scoring, I would really like to see. Colby Young's been doing a phenomenal job this year. I'm very happy with his output. I'm very happy with his production. But here's what I really want to see. I want to see, and if the remedy is explosiveness, getting down the field, and especially in red zone, getting touchdowns, go to the guy who has more touchdown to reception ratio than anybody else, and a guy who is explosive on the outside. I think this week could be the don't sleep on Noah Thomas breakthrough game, Daniel. And if so, I really don't care about our offensive rotation at that point, our offensive line rotation, because if he's out there, Zach Radbranch is out there, and our running backs who have been, again, putting up 97 more yards per game than last year, it doesn't really matter at that point. Our offense is humming. Mm-hmm. No one's stopping that machine. But don't sleep on that happening.
My offensive don't sleep on is 250 first half passing yards for Gunner Stockton.
Yep.
Kirby will sit on the ball and bleed the clock in the second half if he has a big lead against. That's why I'm not laying 20.5, Clint.
No.
Because Kirby will bleed the clock and sit on the ball and run it and take 38 seconds per play. Correct. In the second half if he has a big lead. But I do believe that early Gunner Stockton is going to come out throwing. I do believe that Georgia could have multiple explosive passing touchdown plays. I mean, you saw them last week. They're there. Wide receivers catching the ball and converting on some of those opportunities. I do think there's going to be multiple of those. And so I like Gunner to have a big first half. I might lay a first half number, Clint. Now, I'm talking myself into now going back on a FanDuel, amending our locks from yesterday and saying
it's totally allowed.
I might lay a first half number here. Something under 2 touchdowns in the first half. I like a lot, Clint.
I like it too. And here's why I like that a lot. Because, and this, Georgia fan, listen to how Kirby talks. By the way, no Kirby Tuesday presser, because he said, he said,
I don't care about you and I don't want to do this. Yeah, that's what he said.
I have been up to this for far too long. I tried to get Rick out here, talk about him a little bit more, try to get Mark back out here, try to get a whole bunch of other people to talk to you because I hate being here. This is the worst. Let me go coach my guys. Second thing, he really loves this team. Daniel, there's a couple guys who are sweet to his heart on this team. Really, really likes these guys. Don't sleep on in the second half, because I tend to agree. I think the first half, Kirby's going to get after it. Bobo's going to get after it. The defense should be locked in. I think it's going to get a get-right game. I think second half, this is when hey, let's get Nate a few touches. Hey, Ellis, let's get you back out there, get some run. Hey, Maddox, let's see what you got in the backfield on defense. Hey, no-name guy on defensive line that we haven't talked about yet, that we're not talking about now. Get on in there. That's when Kirby wants to go ahead and do a redemption tour of some guys and get them some reps, get them flowing, get them going in actual game time, reward the guys for their hard work. That's like a Kirby special in the second half.
Absolutely.
Again, every time these huge numbers come out, like I just go, you guys don't know how Kirby coaches or plays. Like he has to deliberately take his foot off the gas to not do it. And sometimes it's just, that's why when you saw the depth of other teams in the past under Kirby, when we had 5-stars stacked 3 deep, by the way, that will never happen in NIL ever again, just so you're fully aware.
I missed 2022, Clint.
What a time that we had players eating fried food on the sidelines of a championship game that we were beating teams so badly.
What a time. What a time.
It was the best time. It was the worst of time. But don't sleep on guys in the second half getting their reps over there, Daniel, because it's going to happen. And maybe that's good for you. Maybe you out there, Georgia fan, are a really, really big Frazier fan, and you want to see him get right. It's going to happen in the second half is when you're going to see him.
It is. He is Clint. I am Daniel. Locked On Bulldogs podcast here each and every day. We will be here with an overreaction after the Georgia-Kentucky game on Saturday. Make sure that you are here for it. And until then, we'll talk to you guys next time.
See ya.